Hello and welcome back to Fallout 76. Today we are going to have a look at the pipe bolt action. Now typically this is a weapon you'll use as a low-level player and move on to other things as quickly as possible. What I'm curious about is how effective this weapon would be if you move to higher level parts of the map and use it against higher level, more difficult enemies. Now the one that I have is only a 2-star, but it's a good 2 stars. Anti-armor and VATS critical hits do 50% more damage. I do have it modified with a calibrated receiver for extra critical shot damage though, and I do use just a scope because I like to manually aim at times, and a suppressor because we want to do those sneak attacks. Now, one thing about the pipe bolt is it does have the ability to double dip with perks. So if you put a rifle stock on it, like the way I have it modded, it actually benefits from rifleman and gunslinger perks. This character does run rifles and pistols. So I actually have the rifleman perks all maxed out, all 3 of them. But the gunslinger perks, I have each one at just rank 1, just because I have room for other things. So I'm getting an additional benefit from the gunslinger perks, but obviously I don't have it maxed out. But we will be relying on critical hits, so I do have critical savvy and better criticals. I also have Eagle Eyes for better critical damage, and I use Blight Soup for extra critical damage. Now, I have not used this in higher level enemies, so I do not know how this is going to go. That first shot, not impressive. Second shot, so it's definitely not a 2-shot thing, at least not out of VATS, but it got the job done, only took 3 shots. And the reloads are, yeah, they're not super slow, but they're not super fast either. But I'll mainly be using this in VATS. So we've got, okay, so the Hound will be a couple of shots. The Super Mutant here. And that is one of the things, because of the way the reload is, okay, now it's bugging out, which, you know, that happens with these slow-firing weapons. Sometimes that does happen. But one thing I have noticed, at least I've noticed this with the hunting rifle. Okay, a critical hit. So 1200 with a critical hit, not bad. 42% chance. Let's try a leg instead. And yeah, because of tenderizer and follow-through, that second shot is doing a lot more damage. But as you can see, we're still completely hidden, which something you definitely want. We have a critical. We got to use those. So critical hits are excellent. Unfortunately, yeah, this is kind of what I remember using this gun is it'll miss a lot of shots. It misses a lot of VATS shots, and unfortunately, because it is such a slow-firing weapon, the misses matter. So that is the difference between an automatic and a slow-firing weapon. Is when you do miss, it does you feel it. But it doesn't look like we're going to be one-shotting anything. But, well, at least not without critical hits. Critical hits are a 1-shot, at least against the enemies here. And one thing I have noticed because of the reload, it hasn't happened yet today, but I have noticed that on the reload here because of the fact that the gun kind of comes up and blocks the enemy during a reload. Or, not a reload, but in between shots. Sometimes it'll actually break VATS because of that mechanic. Because it loses sight of the enemy completely, and you're just basically being blocked by the gun. So critical hits, and I'm still almost enough. Now, I wonder if I had adrenaline. I only have rank 1 of adrenaline. I'm wondering if I had max rank of adrenaline, that would be enough to kind of one-shot enemies once I get up to the 4th or 5th one. All right, let's see about a dog here. Now, I will say this gun will make you, it'll definitely make you a lot more deliberate than you would normally be with another weapon, just because, yeah, it does fire so slow. The reloads are slow. Obviously, I'm not one-shotting things. So, and these are just super mutants. So if I was against tougher things, yeah, now we are not getting a high percentage shot on the, so something with VATS hit chance on this would actually be a pretty good 2nd star, I would imagine. And a good 3rd star, I think, would be faster reload. I would say overall, the best use for this would be if you are playing like this, like if you're just sneaking around, places, maybe doing quests, whatever, and, you have all the time in the world to go. I think this is a good, it's something fun to play with, at least so far. I'm enjoying this. It's not something I'd want to use in events. I think that, okay, I don't know what's going on here. They're not after me. This happened, okay, it's a Scorch Beast there. I don't know, since I was planning to do Scorch Beast after this, but yeah, this is definitely not, even against a level 60 Protect run, although robots do tend to be more heavily armored. What else we got? We've got, there's another one. Could be using a critical hit though, that would take care of it. So he kind of knows my general direction, but I am able to stay hidden. So this is actually a pretty good stealth weapon. I'm in the middle of all of this. There's a Scorch Beast. Problem is, although I don't know, let's take a shot. 300 damage, not bad. Critical hit. Let's see what we can do with a critical against a Scorch Beast. Level 70, 1,000 for a critical hit, not bad. 600 for a regular hit. And maybe we could finish him off. I don't know. Nope. That was a critical, but the range, I think, affected the amount of damage on that one. Still not bad damage. Oh, now I have a Protectron in my face. But so far, surrounded by enemies, haven't been discovered, so the stealth on this works pretty well. I do have Sneak maxed out along with Escape Artist. I'm wearing Covert Scout armor and it's shadowed. So my stealth is pretty good. Now against things like Mirelurk Kings and the Mirelurk Queen, being discovered, especially with this weapon, could be a real problem. Just because of the slow fire rate. So we have a critical we saved up for him, and that only took half his health. Those things are so tanky. That is a level 60, but okay, so he's out. Now we're doing a reload. Yeah, against even Mirelurks, where normally it'd be a one-shot, especially when you're shooting him in the head or the body. But, well, that one was only level 60. All right, there's a Mirelurk King. He's taken some damage. He was fighting some Blood Eagles. So, do I have a critical for him? That would be nice. Now he's down, hidden. So we got a Mirelurk King. We got a critical. So that took half his health, which is pretty good. But even this close, the hit chance is just not very high. There we go. One more might do it. Nope. Another one might do it. Problem is, this thing does not have, doesn't seem to be very accurate. I mean, I feel like these shots with another weapon, as close as I am, would be a higher percentage. But it is time to throw caution to the wind and see how we do against a Mirelurk Queen. So we have, let's do, that was dumb. I triggered the critical and I shouldn't. Let's see if we can cripple the spouts if we can hit them. That would definitely, oh jeez. Okay, that is the biggest problem with this weapon that I remember from ever trying to use it is the, the poor VATS performance, just the random misses that don't seem to, okay. Yeah, if I get discovered by her, that will be a problem. I'm assuming it's a her. There is a critical, 597, still not that high. But yeah, with her I gotta keep moving. There's no standing still, but geez, these shots are just, there we go. It's not big damage, that's for sure. One thing I would say about this weapon is you would probably be kind of nuts to make it your only weapon. It is kind of fun. I mean, I do like the feel of it when it's working. Unfortunately, all it takes is a little bit of server lag, and you are missing shot after shot. Although we seem to be doing okay here. We still haven't been discovered. And I think we have a critical, yes. Not big damage, though. This is not a... This is a slow firing, or a slow weapon that doesn't do big damage. So, at this point, I'd say it's probably best not to use it against higher level things, unless you just really want a challenge. I mean, maybe you're looking for something different, and you want to have a little bit of a challenge. And you also are going to be fighting VATS in addition to the enemies, because a lot of shots seem to miss when they shouldn't. Okay, so I shot him, and then there was a little moment there when I was actually stuck. I was stuck in the aiming. I released the aim and it was still there. So yeah, we got a critical hit with follow through triggered and tenderizer triggered. So damage is pretty good. Critical will probably finish him off. Yeah, 1400 on a critical, not bad. So what do I think of the pipe bolt action? Well, I think it's fun and I think it's an interesting novelty weapon. If you're using it against lower level enemies, I think it's okay. But against high-level stuff, I think it's just too unreliable in VATS. That's probably the biggest issue I have with this gun, is that it just misses a lot of shots that it doesn't seem like it should miss. More than other weapons, like even the hunting rifle seems like it's a lot more reliable than this is in VATS. And because the fire rate is so slow, the damage doesn't compensate for it. I think the damage on this would have to be a lot higher for this to be something I'd want to rely on. But if it's just something you have that you found a good drop for, or you just want to have a little bit of fun with, I think it's fine. Carry one around, mess around with it once in a while, but definitely don't make it your main gun unless you're just really looking for a hardcore challenge. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit one of the buttons down below, and I hope you'll join me in the next one. Thank you very much.